You know what? You know what's like irking me, and I had to unpack in therapy. I ended up with two therapy sessions, pretty much kind of like 2 days apart because I had a lot of shit on to unpack. And what I'm noticing is that people have their own perception of you and their expectations of you, and they expect you to do what they do. And before I get into it, like, follow, share, tag someone who may need to see this. And y'all, if I'm looking a little crazy, I am crazy because I got my ass shot. Okay, I had a joint injection today, and I got a half of a fucking BBL. But anyway, that's beside the fucking point. But you know what? I'm really like just like thinking how, especially black women, because we do so much and they expect the next one to do just as much as them, or they have these expectations and they want to compare what they're doing to somebody else. You know what? Stop comparing. Stop fucking comparing what you do to somebody else, because something that somebody else doesn't make sense to you. It makes sense to them. It makes sense to them. Like something I'm doing, if it doesn't make sense to you, it's not meant to make sense to you. Let me stay in my lane. And I had to unpack that in therapy today because I was just marinated over the past few weeks, and I have people like, oh, you're are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do that? And are you gonna do this? Look, let me get my shit organized to where I want to do it. You ain't gonna know how to move anyway. You don't need to know how I move. I always move in silence. I like to shock and fucking awe. That's the way I move. Shock and awe. Try that sometimes. You'll probably surprise yourself. But I'm just like, maybe, like I said, maybe I'm in my villain area. Maybe I don't know. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I have been exerting a lot of my boundaries, and I have been pissing a lot of people off. And you know what? Oh well. Don't cross me then. Don't cross me. Don't push your opinions on me. Don't do none of that bullshit. I mean, and we ain't got a problem. Don't present something in front of me if you don't expect a response. And if a response is something you don't like, oh well. But I had to unpack that in therapy because you know what? I am free to be me just like you are free to be you. It doesn't matter if somebody doesn't agree. It doesn't matter if somebody don't like it. Long as you like it, long as you comfortable with it, and that is all that matters. I don't understand how people want to project their shit onto you. Do your shit. Do your shit and do it well. And that's all it is. And I'm out. I'm hurting y'all.